In this week's edition of the Outta Bounds podcast, we will discuss John Harbaugh and his aggressive play calling. Will his aggression prevent the Baltimore Ravens from making the playoffs? Also, we will discuss Travis Hunter, the five-star recruit who decided to sign with the Jackson State University, headed up by Deion Sanders. Will he regret his decision to join the HBCU? And in our fourth quarter, we'll be talking about Kyrie Irving. Did the Brooklyn Nets fold and basically grant Kyrie where he went without him actually has to do anything? So we'll get to all that and more on this week's edition of the Outta Bounds podcast. Hey, welcome back to episode, what? This is 29?
29.
29.
29.
So we're one episode away from the big 3-0. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, episode 29, the Outta Bounds podcast. As you can see, your big three is back this week, and we're back in full effect. I'll go by the name of the Delta Fashionista. Alongside me is the man in the middle, Mr. Donnie. Do not call me Donovan Wilkins. And last but certainly not least, we have our guy, Noah Austin, a.k.a. Third Eye, a.k.a. Mr. Euro Step to his girl.
Okay, we go.
Yeah.
I thought you forgot. I was like, all right.
And also, he's now Mr. Young 22 because our guy's now 22 years old, man.
You know the vibes.
You already know the vibes. So, fellas, how we doing before we get into our sports discussions? Let's go around, talk about how we've been doing, how the week has been. I know we've been off for a week. Hopefully, everybody's refreshed, relaxed. So, what everybody got going on?
Cold.
Cold.
Niggas is cold. That's what
it's brick out here. I don't know.
Niggas is cold.
But Atlanta cold is different from New York and Philly cold, though. So, y'all cold is probably like, what, 50 degrees?
Nah, right now, because the thing is, I live in the metro. So, like, this morning it was 39. So, it's cold. Like, don't get it twisted. It gets cold down here.
Nah, I mean, look, it's like 20. It was 29 last night. So
I was 41. It's currently 41 degrees, but
and you cold.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Yeah, that's really a basketball shorts weather for me.
I was about to say
really y'all playing ball. Wow, y'all different. See, okay. Y'all have fun with that. I'm not finna
Wait, you don't play B-ball in 40 degrees?
Inside in a heated court, yeah.
Not us. Oh, you
inside, yeah.
Now, no, you're athlete. You play high school football with guys like Justin Fields, all these dudes, right?
Yeah.
So basically, you mean to tell me that if you were playing football right now, you'll be all the way with a thermal on, like long sleeves, long
right now. Because it's December. The Georgia playoffs the Georgia State Champions just ended, but yeah, when playing varsity, when we started playing. We had when we began the season, we got our all our weightlifting shirts, everything. We would get thermals, sweatpants, jackets, Lettermans. On the sideline, we would have like our Lettermans on with like the thermals. It gets cold
with the heaters on.
Oh, yeah, we had heaters. We had the two heaters
with
on
that
the
long
bench.
ass fucking jacket,
bro. And you had the Under Armour but I played lacrosse as well. And I remember I had to play a tournament, and it was like 29. I forgot my leggings, so I just had my shorts and my cleats, bare legs, 29 degrees, and like at 8 a.m. And it was it's not fun. But yeah, no, Georgia cold. We like the cold, but I mean, I enjoy it. I want to live in Toronto, so I like being cold. But
I want to live in the 6.
You know,
fuck is up there?
A lot. Hey man,
there's some Johns out there in Toronto.
I've
heard.
Oh, so you've heard there's some Johns in Toronto. All right, cool. This man says, it ain't me. You know what I'm saying? But I've heard from a source. that shit out there. But
my guy Chris Broussard.
Basically, no. But I've been chilling, cold. I don't know. I've just been chilling. I'm on break for college, and man, just trying to chill before my last semester. Really, that's about it.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. And our guy Donnie, I know right now, especially at the time of this recording, the Philadelphia Eagles are playing Washington football team. So, what's your move right now, big man?
Just being a lot more cultured.
Culture. So you get more into black culture. That's what you're saying.
No.
Also, you not.
Probably quite the opposite. I went to go see a few plays.
Wait, hold on. Talk about. So the opposite of black culture. So what would that be?
I went to go see a few plays, ballet.
Seeing ballet is not a white or black thing, though.
How many black people you know going to see the ballet?
Going to see, I mean, that's like saying there's no educated black people.
He got me there.
Like there's no like this, that's like saying there's no educated black people that probably go see.
All right, if you could find me one person in your friend groups that went to go see the ballet.
In my friend group, not currently in my friend group, I'll probably go see the ballet. I'll probably go see it. Like
I'm not saying that you wouldn't. I'm just saying I know it's not a black and white thing. I'm just saying I said quite the opposite of like experiencing black culture.
Oh, okay. I was
he got a point. He got a point. No, niggas ain't going to see ballet.
Yeah, I went to go see the Nutcracker.
But this man white. He going to see ballet. It's like
the closest we gonna get to that is step classes or cheerleading.
Wow,
that's it.
Well, niggas ain't educated enough to go see ballet, and that's wild.
Also,
that's wild, bro.
Also, stomp the yard type shit. That's about it. That's all.
I saw the Nutcracker. I went to go see the Little Mermaid. I went with somebody to go see that.
Had a date.
No. She listens to this podcast, so we just gonna skip over that. But yeah, it was a fun time.
Shout out to you, Jane Doe.
Man said Jane Doe. She's not a witness protection. I'm like, it ain't power.
I mean, she might as well be. I don't want to give her the validation. So
wait, you said this ain't power?
Yes, ain't power, like, bro. She ain't in no witness protection.
Yo, this ain't the podcast for. But tell me, like, Power Book 2. That's Missy's finale was not fire.
Yo, that's my show. Hold on, I got too excited.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to step out this conversation because I ain't never see an episode of that.
Yo,
you ain't coded. That's why.
Big Rich Tap, bro. What?
The hardest part.
I'm not into like violent like hood theme type shows.
Okay. What's the nigga name from the Beatles? John Lennon.
John Lennon.
Yeah,
I never watched BMF, so I mean, I don't know.
I didn't see that. I ain't
seen BMF.
But Tariq, you got what you deserve, my nigga.
Hey, free my man Tariq, man. Free my man Tariq.
Nah, they got some shit. They got some shit. IG started talking about like a fish fry.
Oh damn.
Nah, the funny thing is, next when they finish the season, Rigo get out, and he gonna beat the case though. So we already know he's gonna beat the case. He beating the case, but
damn, Laura, man, she fucked everything up. Laura reminds me of Donnie in a sense, like basically.
Lauren, yeah.
No, we not calling you an op, dog. We not calling you.
We not calling Donnie an op. I'm calling Lauren an op. Like
Lauren's op, but basically, like, like Laura, like she's kind of like, she been sheltered, like she don't really understand like the street life and all that. So I mean, she just thought that she was, she's easy to be manipulated. So
yeah, it's like. She's like, oh, well, I guess I'll wear a wire. I was like,
look, I mean, I'll probably sit down and watch it right after I watch The Wire. So,
I ain't seen The Wire either?
I ain't seen The Wire either, so I can't hold them.
All right, cool.
Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't watched The Wire either.
Yeah, like we got the thing is, black people, we got to stop telling people that they not black because I didn't see The Wire. Like
y'all do this shit 24/7 with me.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna make a 7 for you, like testing your black cards or shit, like seeing what you know and what you don't know that you should know.
I mean, I ain't see The Hood or whatever that the boys.
The Wood.
The Wood. Oh my god, you ain't seen The Wood?
Nah.
That's a classic. You ever seen Brown Sugar and Love Jones? Like
you never see Best Man?
Nah.
Best Man Holiday?
Nah. I'm not
Players Club.
Have you seen any Tyler Perry movie?
Any Tyler Perry movie? No.
Yeah. I'm a drink with you.
In my defense, Tyler Perry is like probably the last person you want to make as the definition of black culture.
Cinema. I mean, no, he got a
point. It is okay, but it's a low bar. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
but his movies is just like there's a reason why I don't watch his movies because the woman is always abused. It's just the worst of the worst.
Nah, but he be shaming dark skin. He colorist.
I was about to say though, it's always the light skin one that always saved the day.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just like okay, like everybody's a dark skin is not evil, but that bald head was evil though. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to see all that,
but nah.
Have you seen Lottery P. Henson always crying in his fucking movies and shit like that? No, I'm good.
Have you seen Lottery Ticket? Like that's. You see,
that's with Bow Wow, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, okay.
Have you seen? Speaking of, have you seen Roll Bounce?
Yeah. I've seen ATL.
Okay. It's a mix. I feel it. It's cool. Donovan's in this mix. I can ride with that.
Yeah. But one thing I'll say about Tyler Perry, he always find a way to make like the dark skinned brothers to be like too aggressive.
That's what I'm saying. Like his movies is just like it's. I don't want to see that. Like
I feel like Tyler Perry movies in the early movies, like Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I feel like those are like Fabio's books for Black women. I think when you look at it, because it's like, oh, the evil dark skinned bald head nigga is terrible, and then this ripped 6-pack light skinned man who's 6'5" comes to say his name. That's like a Fabio kind of book for Black women.
I'll say that like Steve Harvey, Tyler Perry, and Derek Jackson, they not for us brothers.
I wouldn't say Steve Harvey.
I mean, Steve Harvey be dropping gems a little bit.
No.
It depends.
Steve Harvey don't be dropping no damn gems.
No, he just be about his money.
That's why his fits.
And I can't front that.
That's why I thank God for Kevin Samuels.
Yo, Kevin Samuels wilding.
Buddy I see some of his TikToks.
I'm on my own with this.
Kevin Samuels needs a hug from his mom, cuz wilding. Cause he doing too like,
they're always trying to spit facts, but hasn't he been like
we literally talked about this. All red pill is just having confidence in yourself. That's literally all it is. Like if you just are comfortable and you have confidence in yourself, you straight. Like you gonna set boundaries with women. You're gonna do all the things they're talking about. If you're confident in yourself and not even a dick about it, you set boundaries regardless. So people like Kevin Samuels and like there's another podcast with two Black guys that just demonize women. Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
Specifically Fresh and Fit.
They
wild and it's like they're praying to like these.
Did they get exposed by like Abba and Preach?
Bro, I fuck with Abba and Preach though. Shout out to Abba and Preach. I don't know if you hear this or see this. Shout out to Abba and Preach. Them two dudes, like I fuck with him. But yeah, Fresh and Fit. That whole conglomerate, I feel like they just prey on dudes who are super insecure and want to have a reason to hate women. It's like, nigga, you just ain't shit right now. That's okay, but you're a terrible human being right now. Fix that.
Yeah, so, and what's the dude's name that's supposed to be fit? Like, I think he just self-conscious. The reason why he's so aggressive because his hairline's all fucked up.
Bro, you just gotta, niggas don't love themselves. Like, that's why niggas are so bad. Like, niggas just don't love themselves no more. Like, niggas don't have confidence. Like, like I don't know. Like, I had sex with 20,000 women. Cool, bro. Like, that's not gonna get you a job. I mean, that's cool for you, I guess, but is that gonna get you a job? Do you get paid? Unless you're a porn star, I don't understand.
It's just funny because they talk about like not putting women on a pedestal, but yet they put women on a pedestal.
See, like I said, it's all acts. It's all because that's a big business. Being a red pill YouTuber is a really big business.
The YouTube manosphere is some shit.
They make money, so a lot. Shout out to all the young kids out there like that are my age and younger. When you're on YouTube, take everything they're saying with a grain of salt because sometimes they don't even listen to themselves.
The main one that I feel like is valid is I forgot this dude's name, but he got this thing called the Dom Game Division. I'm not sure y'all know who he is,
but I've heard of him. I think I have.
Fuck, man, he from Baltimore too. What's dude's name?
Baltimore niggas. Shout out to Baltimore niggas.
Yeah,
that's a DMV.
Shout out to DMV. But he's the only one that's basically like he keeps it 1,000. Basically, like he's like right in the middle of it. Like I mean, like in the middle, he's not like too far extreme on the left, too far extreme on the right. He's just a realist about the situation. And those are the type of dudes that I appreciate. But I forgot dude's name, but shout out to the Dom Game Division. That's basically what I could say. But dudes like Fresh and like Fresh and Fit and Kevin Samuels, they could be overtly aggressive. So I could kind of see how they turn some people off. But you want to know who else is turning me off with their aggressiveness? Head coach from the Baltimore Ravens, John Harbaugh. You see how
bro, the transition game is getting better.
Yes,
I like it. The transition game is getting better.
Yeah, so I'm gonna immediately get to best of the worst from Week 15 NFL, which is still going on, by the way. So, at the time of this recording, but John Harbaugh, man, like 2 weeks in a row, we going for 2. We're not converting a 2-point conversion. We should be 10-4 right now. Right now we 8-6, and if the playoffs start today, we'll be out of the playoffs. And then you got people in the Ravens fan base, not me either. I'm part of the fan base. Talk about like, oh, maybe we have a quarterback controversy between Lamar Jackson and Tyler Huntley. Because Tyler Huntley been basically balling the past 2 weeks, and Lamar Jackson, that's before he's on the slump right now. My man got 16 touchdowns to 13 picks. He's one of the top leaders in interceptions. So the Ravens, man, like I understand like we're a banged up team right now, and maybe you don't want to go to overtime with a banged up team, especially with Aaron Rodgers, who's most likely going to win league MVP this year. But come on, like what's the purpose of having the best kicker of all time if you're not you're not gonna use him? Yeah. Because overtime, let's be fair, overtime basically is just a coin toss. Although like, you want to be on the right side of the coin toss, but hey, let's say for instance, heads and tails.
The game is pretty much determined with that coin.
Yeah, so we could have got the ball first. You never know what could have happened.
I say yes and no just because, like I said, when I play football, I play defense, and I think everyone doesn't understand like defense does win championships. Because if you have a good all around team and your defense is at least better than the other teams, like overtime doesn't really matter. I don't think now in the NFL, I don't think defense. I think Micah Parsons did pretty well with putting the defense. Micah Parsons, Stephon Diggs' brother, I forgot his name. He was on the Cowboys.
Trayvon
Diggs and Micah Parsons, they're making defense notable again. Like they're making it a thing to have a really strong defensive core. So, overtime it is a coin toss, but again, if your defense is strong enough, I don't think that really matters. I'll send my defense. If you're comfortable sending your defense out there, you can win any game. Okay, whatever.
And I understand with Harbaugh, like he asks his player, because they show like a clip, basically asks the player like, all right, like what do you want to do? Do you want to go for it? Do you want to kick it? It's like, my man, you're the head coach of the team. It's your job to make those decisions.
He's trying to be too cool. I think he's trying to be like too cool, where he's like
stop trying to be a player coach.
What do you want to do, guys? But it's like, dog, this is what you get paid to do. You make the decision. I'm just here, bro. Like, if a coach ever asks you, what do you want to? Do you want to go for it? Like, I don't know. I'm just a player, bro. Like, you
running the plays.
No, it's just. I get it. That's his personality. He's trying to be cool with his players, which I get it.
But in that instance, we didn't need a cool coach. We just needed
make a decision.
Yeah. Like, I just need somebody got to be the adult in the room.
Yeah.
Because you cannot ask offensive players, because he ain't go to the defense like, all right, like, should we go for it?
You don't want to go back on the field or not? Or?
He basically asked Mark Andrews. He asked the quarterback, all right, like, what should we do? Of course these niggas gonna say go for it.
He's like, I'm still out there. He's like, oh, give me a shot. All right, cool. Like, the kicker is like, but really, the kicker, Buddy's just getting a paycheck and just free travel at that point. Like, he's just existing and like, oh, I'm getting paid. Okay.
And be honest with you, like, even if we do get a playoffs, chances are we ain't really gonna go far, because Lamar, he's banged up right now. Calais Campbell's banged up. We got like over 20 players on IR. Pro Bowls, all pro players, all on IR. Ronnie Stanley, Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey. Our rookie running back for last year, J.K. Dobbins. Our backup running back, Gus Edwards, is out. Who else? Deshaun Elliott is out. L.J. Ford. I said Ronnie Stanley, right? Our left tackle.
No, I don't think you said him yet.
He's out. Calais Campbell, you never know with Calais Campbell at this point, but he's a Pro Bowl defensive tackle. He's hobbled. He's like 35 years old. He's one of the oldest players on our team. So we're just a banged up mess, man. Honestly, like I want the Ravens to make the playoffs, but at the end of the day, it's like, bro, as soon as we get in, like, who we gonna beat?
I mean, that's the same realization I had when you called me out a couple of weeks ago, saying, why would I go against like the Eagles making it to the playoff, making that playoff run? Like, who the fuck are we going to go against?
But see, the thing is with us, like, we're supposed to be a Super Bowl contender.
We weren't. So I'm just saying, like, so what reason would we have to like make it to the playoffs?
Oh no, y'all have no business making the playoffs.
Exactly.
Y'all better all just collecting high draft picks and just try to do something.
Nah, the Chargers, my Chargers, I don't know. Like the Chargers always, we're sitting at 8-6, looking at a wild card situation. I mean, it's just there's so many games. The thing with the Chargers is there's so many games that they should have won.
And that's crazy because we beat y'all.
Yeah, and the Chargers
are in the playoff position.
Yeah, because we're 8-6
for dumbass
wild card. Yeah, wild card decision. But I think the Chargers. There's just games we should have won. The Broncos game, the Chiefs game.
Definitely should have won that Broncos game.
Yeah, we play the Broncos again in January, but
y'all coach is another one that's too aggressive, man. Like,
you have to be, because the thing is, football is like chess. Like sports is like chess. It's a strategy based game. You have to kind of out strategize somebody else. So if you're just this isn't Madden. It's just like fourth and goal, fourth down, fourth. And we're gonna go every time. Like, this isn't Madden. Like you have to think. You have to strategize. You kind of have to do something different. But yeah, the Chargers head coach is overtly aggressive, which is good. But you gotta do it at the right times when it's needed. Sometimes 3 points is better than trying to gamble for 6, because that three points can make or break a game. Really,
a lot of players and coaches in the NFL don't understand that.
Like a field goal can make or break. Like if you go for a field goal once and a touchdown and y'all leading, what could be a tie? Y'all could be up by 3 now. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say going back to being conservative, like playing conservative, but not always being super aggressive.
Yeah, everything doesn't have to be like a highlight special.
Yeah, nah, so yeah, all of our teams aren't doing so hot right now.
Well, John Harbaugh, that's my loser for the week. As regards to not loser, worst of the week. In regards to best of the week, I think I have to go Jonathan Taylor, running back from Indianapolis Colts, man. Like he's really making a very good case for league MVP. I don't think he's gonna get it because it's basically a quarterback-driven award.
But he's making a very good case. Of the year, right?
No, he's a second-year running back.
Oh, second year? All right.
Yeah, come on, Chris Broussard.
Damn, you took my best of the week. I think that's the only that Colts game. I think what they play. Who did they play? I forgot.
They played the Patriots.
I think that was the only game I actually got a chance to watch, and he did really good. Like again, he did really good running the ball, and like even now, like running backs aren't even, I won't say a priority anymore in the NFL, but it's not as a position that used to be looked at like you had LT, you had Le'Veon Bell when he's on the Steelers. You had a lot of good running backs that were a focal point of offenses. Now, where it's like running backs kind of fell back to receivers, and quarterbacks. Yeah. So to have Jonathan Taylor doing his thing and like getting that recognition again, anyone besides Derrick Henry, you know what I'm saying? So, he's doing his thing.
Yeah. And also, kind of like, I'm not sure, maybe this would have been yours, Donnie, but even like the games from Monday night, man, like them games was just horrible.
Yeah,
Browns Raiders was trash. The Vikings Bears was
like the Monday night football game started off so great in the beginning of the year and then just like fell flat.
It's the Ovid, bro. Ovid got everything messed up.
Yeah. Morion.
But I mean, my worst of the week would probably have to be Tom Brady, just for breaking that tablet, man.
They did get shut out.
They got shut out.
Yeah,
that's wild.
About that.
And he broke that tablet, which he could probably buy another one. But
I mean, I haven't seen any punishment coming his way, which I think is
it's Tom Brady.
It's the LeBron of the NFL. So
basically, he really is kind of like the LeBron of the NFL.
Yeah, he is
that way.
Yeah, he's a whiner. He's always wanted to like the refs and shit, trying to get calls. But
I mean, LeBron and LeBron.
The only difference between Brady and LeBron is that it's undisputed that Brady is the GOAT. It's not undisputed that LeBron is the GOAT. So
I mean, basketball and football are different though, because you have a lot of old heads from that. They'll never let Michael Jordan go. So I think that's two different conversations.
I'm that old head. I ain't gonna lie. I'm that old
head. See, like that's the thing. Like,
honestly, don't know why they're still stuck on him.
I don't know. I think it would have to take MJ. for someone to surpass MJ.
Wait, hold on, Donnie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, Donnie, are you trying to say that MJ is not the GOAT?
No, I'm not saying that. You know my stance on the word the GOAT. There is no such thing as the greatest basketball player of all time of one sport, unless you're counting Serena Williams. I think a more appropriate term would be game changers.
She ain't the GOAT.
Generational talents. I don't consider one person the most dominant of all the sports, because we could also go back to Bill Russell, who has 11 championships. So yes, we could say he only played
like
4 or 5. But does that discount like his talents?
But see,
because if we say that, then we can also use that same argument as Michael Jordan hasn't played with enough generational talent as LeBron does right now.
The thing about basketball is just the thing is there's no criteria. We always have this discussion. Always have this. What's the criteria? What are we grading? What are we looking at? We're looking at
that gets to my argument of there's no such thing.
Wait. You said what? Stats,
game changers,
accolades, and championships.
So stats. Right.
So stats shouldn't
stats get shaky because Bill Russell and all those guys back in the day, they were playing against like cold working white men. Like they weren't playing against
basketball.
They weren't. It wasn't top athletes. It's like back in the day, like baseball in the 20s. But they were smoking cigarettes at bat. Like, are we really gonna talk about like their stats are different? So I think when we talk about stats, like you bring up like Bill Russell and those championships, I'm like, you have to understand. Those were like black men that were freakish athletes that were tall. Again, playing against, I would say not premier athletes. Cause I mean, take any bench player
premier athlete for
the time. But even still,
I
don't know.
So could we use that same argument as the debate between LeBron era and Michael Jordan's era? Because what would you say had the best talent? The 90s or the today's present?
I would say Michael Jordan's era was a little harder just because they didn't give out fouls like that easy.
Okay.
I would say.
All right. That's actually a pretty good question. I'll say this. LeBron's era is the most talented, but MJ's era is the most skilled.
I understand that. I get it.
I mean, The way you say more skilled, because I can't see that, because look at what Steph Curry's doing right now.
Wait,
I don't know a lot of players who can.
Curry is talented and skilled.
Oh, all right.
But the thing is, there was no Steph Curry when Michael Jordan was playing. Like there was no one shooting the way. There was no one shooting the way. I guess besides Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller.
Yeah, he wasn't that old.
I don't know. I just feel like Steph is shooting at a different rate. Like he beat Ray Allen's record, and he's still playing. Like he still has years left.
I'll give you a perfect example of players from two different eras. Karl Anthony Towns, right? Big man center of today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, let's say, for instance, I'm not going to use Shaq. Let's say Hakeem Olajuwon. Karl Anthony Towns is a more talented big man than Hakeem Olajuwon, but he's not more skilled than Hakeem Olajuwon.
Okay, I get what you're saying now. Okay, all right, yeah, I understand now.
Yeah. So that's what. But in regards to like best of ways, like did we cover everything? Because I basically my best Jonathan Taylor. I know that's also your best. My worst is John Harbaugh, his decision making, as well as the Monday Night Football games with the Browns, Raiders, and Vikings, Bears.
I mean, I just hope my best is Devontae Smith, because I have him as a flex for my fantasy league, and I'm losing.
You still the fantasy football shit.
Yeah. I'm losing by a lot, so I need that dude to perform.
All All right, whatever. But all right, so that basically, ladies and gentlemen, that basically concludes best and worst from week 15 in the NFL. But we're not done with best and worst just yet because we're gonna transition this into the world of college football. Because our guy here, the third eye, Mr. Noah Austin, he did an article not too long ago about a young man by the name of Travis Hunter, 5-star high school football recruit, who basically flipped from Florida State University, the alma mater of Deion Sanders, who's the head coach of Jackson State University. And Travis Hunter basically flipped from Florida State to the HBCU in Jackson State. So my question for you guys is, could this be one of the best decisions that Travis Hunter could ever made, or is this the worst decision? Because this is basically a 5-star prospect, a guy that has a high probability within 4 or 5 years of being a number one pick in the NFL draft, and he's basically gone to HBCU, where, let's face it, although like we love it, like do it for the culture, like uplift, our people, shine a spotlight on our schools, but the whole, from an athlete's perspective, like the whole, this facility is kind of like it's not conducive to,
Nah,
you can't say it. I'll let Noah take this.
All I'm gonna say is, hey, y'all be careful. You know what I'm saying? I went to HBCU. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
y'all be careful.
We established that, bro.
What y'all say?
Ain't valid, bro.
Watch your step. They accepted to Morehouse College and Howard, then went to Fort Valley State.
I mean, I just gotta say, we can't say we're gonna uplift the culture unless somebody takes a chance. But
that's right.
I mean, I don't know. I'll let Noel take this because he knows more about HBCUs and that side of things. So go ahead, Noel, take it away.
This is my segment. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's needed though. I think it's needed because there was a lot, like Walter Payton went to Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharp, Michael Strahan went to Texas State. Shannon Sharp went to Savannah State. So there's a history of football players making it from HBCUs to becoming Hall of Famers in the NFL. So that's not out the picture. The problem is, I don't know when, but it wasn't. I think the thing that really broke the seal now is the NIL deals, because it used to be back in the day, those Power 5 schools, well, we all know, we're all not dumb if you watch college football. There's under the table things, boosters, whatever, and money's involved. So if I'm a football player from a troubled area, my parents need stuff. I can't go to a Jackson State where it's like, well, we can't give you no money, but you can ball out. But I can go to Florida State or Alabama or Clemson, and they're like, hey, we don't hand you the bag if you come play for us. You can't say no. But now the fact that NIL deals are now a thing, it doesn't matter really where you go, because there's a lot of HBCU athletes right now making millions off of NIL deals. Like there's one kid, I forgot his name. He's gonna go to SC State, but he goes to an HBCU in North Carolina. He has like 60 plus NIL deals, and he's making money. So it doesn't, the money, now that money's not a factor, it's all about, can you play? And so it's like, no.
But let's be honest though, Jackson State has advantages that other HBCUs does not have, and that's because Deion Sanders also has a deal with Barstools.
Yeah,
and that's a bag right there.
That's true.
But
see, the thing is, now, like HBCUs now have to attract these coaches, these ex-NFL coaches. I think Grambling State just signed.
Yeah, they got Hugh Jackson.
He's not gonna be the head coach at Grambling. The thing is, those high-profile, even ex-football players, like you can have, like if Shannon Sharp wanted, I don't know if he wants to coach, but these ex-football players, they bring something to these schools. So you have these high-name people coming to coach. I mean, that was just a name. That was just a name that popped in my head. He's getting his ESPN bag right now. But
Skip,
basically,
Skip.
But like if you're an ex-football NFL player, if you're an ex-NFL coach, going to HBCU, you bring something to the school. You know what I'm saying? Hugh Jackson brings something there. He's going to bring people that he knows. He's going to bring personnel or whatever. He brings something to these schools. So I don't think it's a waste of a career. Because like my dad said it to me and my brother when we played. I told it to my friends who are now playing in college, D1 college. It doesn't matter where you go. If you're good enough, they're going to find you. Travis Hunter is the number one prospect in the country. Wherever he goes, he's going to be great. So does it really matter where he goes? And the thing is, now we have the internet. So like his highlight reels are always going to be on social media. He's always going to be on ESPN.
Yeah.
So does it really matter where he goes?
Social media, I totally forgot about that.
I think it matters in this sense, right? Because I'm a University of Miami. I know it's a predominantly white private institution, but I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan.
Private school.
I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan. And one thing about the Hurricanes that we've been known for over the past 15 or so years since we've been on this drought since our last national championship is that we could get some of the best recruits. And Alabama, schools like Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, they've been stealing guys out of South Florida. But they with the Hurricanes, like the 5 stars or 4 stars that they do get are talented play, but they never develop. And basically what we saw, because Jackson State, they played South Carolina
State, SC State, yeah.
Yeah, they played them prime time on ABC in the Celebration Bowl. And Jackson State had a clear talent advantage because Deion Sanders, he's an ace recruiter in the FCS division. But his team did not see that they were prepped very well. And they did not see that they was disciplined. They didn't seem like, like they were coached up well. And he basically got out-coached. So basically, it would be okay. Like, yeah, if he goes to HBCU, it's cool. But you want to pick the best HBCU and not go to an HBCU or basically like the play that you were come out of high school when you graduate or in 3 years, you're still that same player. Because you have to develop over time in college football. Like Reggie Bush from his freshman year to his junior year when he left USC was
granted, it's Deion Sanders' first year, and I mean that's not even an excuse. Second year? Okay, my bad. Second year. So it's his second year at Jackson State, and I mean it's still the early stage, and that's not an excuse to lose in Celebration Bowl when you had all this press on Jackson State, and then having Travis Hunter, which brought more press just to lose. It probably hurts him. I mean, it would hurt anybody, but I don't know. It's just the beginning, and
especially with Playboy, where Ray said that he's playing in the lesser division because I believe they play in the MEAC division. I believe
the SWAC.
Okay.
I think Jackson State's in the SWAC. And, SC State's in the.
I know. One of the divisions is inferior, so they basically said that Jackson State played like an easy schedule this season. Basically, while South Carolina State they basically played Clemson, they played all the Power 5 schools, and that's why their record was 6-5. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm all for it. Like, I'm all for a guy like Travis. It's even happening in college basketball. There's some college basketball players that
I remember Mikey Williams said he was open to the opportunity of going to HBCU. Josh Christopher back like a year or two ago, before he went to Arizona State, he had a visit at Howard, and they gave him a scholarship, and he went during homecoming week, and he loved it. So it's definitely more of is being considered more. I think with the players comes the facilities and comes the development. I think if enough 5-star athletes start going to these schools, you have no choice but to have the best of the best coaching, just like you have at Alabama, just like you have at Clemson, whatever. You don't have a choice now. Like, you're getting the best of the best. You asked for it, you got it. Like, now you got to produce what you said you're going to produce if we get you this 5-star talent. So I think for me, again, what does Power 5 schools have without black athletes? Let's keep it a buck. Like,
that is absolutely
if all these athletes from Alabama entered the transfer portal and they went to these HBCUs to play football, and low key the SWAC and the MEAC. The MEAC and the SWAC now become really, really competitive to where, like, watching the SWAC over Power 5. Now we turn the focus over here. Who's really going to go to Oregon?
Exactly.
Because again, without black athletes, without athletes of color, it's going to be boring. It's not going to be fun anymore. Homecoming at HBCU is going to be a lot different. Well, not a lot different, but it's going to be more people, and it's going to be a bigger festival than it already is now, having all these 5-star recruits going to HBCU. So it's not a career ender. I think now, like I said, with NIL deals, I don't think it matters. But you made a good point about development. If you I know Southern University develops really good football players. So does Tennessee State. So does FAMU. So does North Carolina A&T. There's a lot of HBCUs that still develop really good players that are in the NFL right now. So it's like, the development is there. If you go to a well-developed school, yeah, it doesn't matter.
South Carolina here team.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. So I think Travis Hunter being the number one and he has a God-given talent. I've seen him play, and he can play. So I think going to Jackson State and the press that they have, he still probably goes to the NFL draft because they play on ESPN now. Like they play on ESPN, they play in prime time now. There's the internet, so his highlights are always going to be on Overtime, ESPN's Instagram. So you're not going to have a choice but to look at it.
But the thing is, though, like, because Deion Sanders, he been advocating for the longest, like, get his kids on prime time on national TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first chance they get,
they lost.
They get. And not that they lost, they got smacked.
I mean, that happens.
And your son is the quarterback.
I mean, but his son was what, freshman of the year? He got the Jerry. His son was the first HBCU athlete to ever get the Jerry Rice Award in the FCS. So I mean that's sports. You're gonna win or you're gonna lose. Like
I'm not gonna hold this.
I mean, let's talk about
national coverage.
We can talk about the Falcons. There's many times where the Falcons have had really good seasons and whatever, and then they went to the Super Bowl and then they lost. Or we've seen this story written a lot of times, but that doesn't. LeBron's been to the finals when he went to the Miami for his first year. They lost. They weren't supposed to lose, but they lost.
But it's about optics, though, at the end of the day, especially when everybody's already questioning the kids. We're like, how can you flip from Florida State to Jackson State? They already saw that as a step down. Like, this kid's making a bad decision, and then the guy that you're going to play for, his team looked unprepared. Now, granted, Deion has surgery. I understand that, like, his mobility is messed up. He's basically riding around on a scooter trying to get around. So I get all of that. But also at the end of the day, like, the rest of your coaching staff, like, what happened? Like, there was no adjustments. They kept trying to throw the ball deep. The ball, like, Shador Sanders, I believe, or was it Shiloh Sanders? I forgot which Sanders kid was.
So they got their ass smacked, and now they go back and reevaluate it.
But the question is, what Power 5 school? We've seen this in Power. I mean, I get the optics where it's
thing is this, you're not gonna see Alabama lose like that to like a Florida A&M or so like.
I mean, but Jackson State doesn't have Alabama.
I've seen upsets,
but they are technically, aren't they the Alabama of the HBCUs? With the time that they have
they just have more. Jackson State, I wouldn't say they're the Alabama of HBCU football. There's definitely like FAMU was the national champions this year.
I mean, I think Jackson.
It's just who has the more. Jackson State just has more press. FAMU was literally national champions this year.
Yes, but don't they say that's because like basically like the second place team, like wherever team, the Celebration Bowl basically is like the new national championship game. So basically like whoever's like second place and under those teams basically goes to the playoffs and play for the national championship.
Yeah.
So technically Jackson State were the better
national champion. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. I mean, like I said, we've seen upsets before. Like I said,
I think Liddell is just getting too hung up on this first time fail. Like it's bound to happen. Like
it's bound to happen. Every great
But you never want to fail when all eyes is on you. It's kind of like
it happens with anything that you do. Happens. I mean, I sucked when we did our first podcast. I was nervous as fuck. Even when I did my first interview, it happens.
No, but I'll tell you this, right? Let's say, for instance, right? Let's say we were to do like a live episode of this, right? We had like thousands of people watching us all at once for the first time ever.
Yeah.
When
you have that many eyeballs on it, you do not want to fuck up.
But no, but we would.
But then if you think you're let me not fuck up, let me not fuck up, you're gonna fuck up. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is,
you never get a second chance at a first impression. That's basically what I'm saying.
No, but cool. you guys all saw our first podcast. Like, now imagine if we had no chemistry like we have now, and we just automatically just decided to upload on Twitch live. Yeah. And at the numbers that we were pulling right now, like of course we wouldn't know what the fuck to do. So
that's hard. I just think I think it's I don't want to get into the racial aspect of it, but I think we can't be coy that there is a racial aspect of it. I think white Americans don't think HBCU football is good or
looking for something to fail.
They definitely look down on it.
I mean, and I think they're just looking for an opportunity. Like Jackson State lost. They're not that good, or this is like, why is he doing this?
That's what I'm hearing from Liddell.
I think it's just growing pains. I think
no, I'm not. Hold on, I'm not saying that they're not good. I'm basically speaking from I'm basically playing devil's advocate.
And I get it. No, and I understand it. And like you said, the develop argument is valid because these schools, you got to develop your kid just like in education. Like my high school, we have to develop these kids so when they go to the Stanfords, the Harvards, the Yales, they can compete with other students from other high schools at these schools. It's the same way with sports. I have to coach these kids when they get to college. Yo, can this kid play in the NFL? Like, can he hold his own? And so the development thing, again, that's a really good argument. But like I said, there's a lot of other schools in Jackson State. You got FAMU, NC State, North Carolina A&T. In basketball, you got Norfolk State, Hampton, Southern University that have developed good athletes. So it's there. It's just they need – I think the thing that HBCUs needs, it's there. It's just they need the time to grow. There's a lot of programs in the Power 5 and Division 1.
It's going to take investment.
It's gonna take like anything. It's gonna take investment.
Just
it's gonna
invest.
Take time.
Invest in the culture. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, y'all the number one too that be advocating for invest in the Black community, and
this is an investment.
Wait, hold on. Why do you have to say it like that? Like y'all know you too. Like nigga, you should be in that too, motherfucker.
Y'all are the more Malcolm X and more.
I'm not. Oh man,
youthful of the culture. Not to say that I'm not.
No, but it's just we're just educated more. I think at the end of the day, we're just. I think I went to HBCU, so obviously it's gonna rub off.
You're some OJ Simpson shit right now.
Hey, my man just got off for probation, so shout out to him.
Hey, yo, what? Hey, yo.
Yeah, we gonna get killed.
If y'all listen, Noah Austin does not cosign anything that
look, man. No, I mean a lot of people be saying trust the justice system. We trust it. You gotta quit it. We don't know.
Dottie like the glove don't fit, so you must have quit.
Exactly. They let one slip by. He's like, in good faith, I can't listen to this shit.
Oh no!
Say that they got one by. Like, look. Shout out to my man.
Oh my god! But yeah, man. Just I'm all for I'm all for like 5-star athletes, give HBCUs a chance. I feel like it's create a paradigm shift. That's something that we need nowadays. Because look at us as publication, true culture. Like we try to shift the paradigm because we understand when people think about like coverages like in music, fashion, art, they think of Complex, they think of Fader. We want them to think of us. I guess like with Deion Sanders, like he wants people when you think of like the best of the best athletes, you want them to think of those athletes in HBCUs rather than like your Alabamas, your Clemsons, your Georgias, your Florida States, even like school I love, Miami. So like I understand it.
I think Noel said it best. I mean, it's
just that the development has to be there.
That's true. That's with any college, HBCU or not. You got to be able to develop.
At the end of the day, I mean these are like 5-star, 4-star recruits. Like Noel said, like. Once those Black athletes leave those Power 5 schools, what do they have?
What do they have? Because let's keep it a buck, right? Alabama's recruiting class, because Alabama's depth is crazy. Like they have 5 stars on the bench. Let's just if Alabama's bench players that were of color just went to Jackson State, now that's a competition. Because they just changed jerseys. They're still 5-star athletes. And the development at Jackson State, it can get better. But again,
they're still going to bring 5-star athletes and all that stuff.
They're still 5-star athletes. So again, they're getting little by little these 5-star athletes. But in totality, it's really building the future. It's building it back to where it was in the 90s. Because in the 90s, you had mad athletes coming from HBCUs. So it's just rebuilding what was once there, basically.
I mean, it's cool to have 5-star and 4-star athletes, but at the end of the day, like even the best 5-star, the best 4-stars could get outplayed by a 3-star.
That's
that
true.
3-star is more developed and they're better coached.
comes down to recruitment.
Yeah,
It comes down to recruitment. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
But with those players leaving to go to HBCUs, that brings in sponsorships, and that in turn brings in money, and then
that's why I have no problem. That's why I have no problem with what Deion is doing. But at the end of the day, Deion is one man, and there's other schools out there, and those other schools they're not going to be at that level.
Look,
at least right now,
to have my man change the whole culture in one season. Like,
I
know, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time, but I don't think Deion Sanders is gonna be at Jackson State, throughout his entire college culture career.
But he is like being at like that shift, and I'm all for it.
Someone has to take that. I mean, it's scary, but the thing is, someone with anything that's different, revolutionary, someone has to be that person. Like, I'm gonna take this challenge. And he took the challenge, and yeah, he lost, but it's like, yo, we taking this challenge, and we gonna get it to a point where we can't. They're gonna start playing Power 5 schools and beating Power 5 schools. You know what I'm saying? Howard football plays Power 5 schools all the time. You know what I'm saying? But playing them, then actually beating them is a wholly different conversation. You know what I'm saying? If Jackson State has the depth of a Power 5 school to then go and play a Clemson or play a UCLA or Oregon and then compete.
Is Appalachian State a HBCU?
No. Appalachian State. The black and yellow, no. They're not
HBCU. All right, never mind.
No, he's straight. But I think it's over time, man. I think it's needed because I think these black athletes and athletes of color have to understand, like, you have value. Like, these NIL deals, they're seeing that I have value. You know what I'm saying? I can go anywhere and still be me and bring money not only to me but to HBCUs, to our community or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to go to these places to go to the NFL. So, like, if Travis Hunter goes to Jackson State and still is a first-round draft pick, the whole game has changed now. If Travis Hunter goes in the first round, going to Jackson State,
top 5, yeah.
Not even the top 5, just the first round. You know what I'm saying? Just early in the draft.
Even if he's a second round, I still think that's great.
Yeah, even if he's a second round pick out of Jackson State, late first round out of Jackson State, or even a top 5 pick out of Jackson State, that's gonna change. That's basically saying that myth is a myth. You can go wherever you want and still go to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they're taking that chance, and Travis Hunter's taking that chance, and he believes in his talent. So,
all right, but let me ask you guys this then. Do you see Travis Hunter playing at least 3 years at Jackson State, or do you think he'll hit the transfer portal?
I don't know. I don't have that answer.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of athletes that go to HBCUs and then they transfer out, which I understand. But hopefully he doesn't. I don't have that answer. I would hope he doesn't. I hope that him and Deion Sanders can attract more 5-stars to play at Jackson State and stay at Jackson State. But I don't have that answer. We just have to see. I don't have that answer.
We just have to see. But ladies and gentlemen, our Tuck family out there, you made it this far. Then I mean, you must really fuck with your boys. So you really fuck with your boys. Hit that like button, because likes on YouTube is like food and water. You know, you can't live without them. So hit that like button. Also comment. That was good, right?
And also, dad jokes.
And also comment down below your thoughts on Travis Hunter. Do you guys feel like he made a mistake, choosing Jackson State over Florida State University? Or do you guys approve of Deion Sanders basically shifting the paradigm and opening the doors for other NFL coaches and players to come into HBCUs and try to lead them, such as Hugh Jackson at Grambling State University? All right, so leave those thoughts down in the comment section. Also, give us your best and worst from Week 15 in the NFL. Now, let's get on to our last segment of this week's episode, the fourth quarter. The replacement for the 2-minute drill, because we always went over 2 minutes with the 2-minute drill, so it made no sense to keep that name. So I'm going to ask you, brothers, some rapid-fire questions. First question being this. Right now, we have many players in the NFL in COVID protocols, over 100 players. Same with the NBA. Many players in and out of COVID protocols. Even got Isaiah Thomas even got signed because of this. He's on a 10-day contract right now with the Lakers. Shout out to IT. But at this present moment in time, even like with NHL, the NHL season's in jeopardy. They just announced today that NHL players will not participate in the Winter Olympics coming up. So my question for you guys is, do you think we're possibly heading towards a work stoppage in all sports and maybe we might need a bubble? or no fans in attendance?
I say yes and no, just because yes we should, but no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because Adam Silver just said today he has no plans on stopping or sending anybody to an NBA bubble, and they realized that they took a hit when it comes to money. Because every league is a business, so they took it. The NBA took a hit when they had a bubble, and they started to get regular revenue back, and they don't want to lose that, so they would rather sign G League players. Still be somewhat safe to their standard, but still they would rather sign G League players than have like their athletes safe. So
didn't the Ravens have like an open kicking punt return tryout?
that was I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, or am I?
It was the Panthers. It was the Carolina Panthers because their
kicker got hurt in pregame warmups,
and so they were held in trials. I think a quarterback from the practice squad or somebody they were kicking. It's getting bad, but I would say yes. Short answer, yes and no. No being that it's not going to happen. Yes being that they should. And these leagues, it's a business, so they're gonna take money over human. Like you said, we can get another guy to fill your shoes. You know what I'm saying? But the money's not gonna stop. So
and plus with the vax out there and stuff like that, no, it's like this country is not going to shut down for 2 years in a row. They didn't want to shut down. Yeah, they didn't even want to shut down
once.
The first one. So yeah, like no.
Yeah. Speaking of the Carolina Panthers, this is now an impromptu question. Cam Newton's basically been struggling as a starting quarterback. He's 0 for I don't know how many starts he had, probably like 3 or 4 starts. He hasn't won a game yet.
Start for Carolina Panthers his debut back. So the hype down.
Yeah. So is it a wrap for Cam Newton?
I can't say more without actually.
Are we seeing the end of his career? Because basically, it took Sam Darnold getting hurt for him to even get this opportunity.
I think we can't answer. I think Cam has to answer that for himself. He has to know, like, only you know when you're done. And stats can say something, and
the league determines. The league tells you when you're done.
That is true. This isn't basketball.
Look at Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley 3 years ago was Offensive Player of the Year. Now he's out of the league.
That actually, you are right. The NFL is different. Yeah, the way I say is, if you got your opportunity after opportunity, and you can't produce like you used to produce, there's something younger, shinier, and newer that probably can. So, I hate to say it, but maybe maybe it is time. Maybe it's it's time to go. Maybe not to go, but maybe he's like, okay, I hit my peak. I'm kind of plateauing right now. So, I think, like I said, Donovan, I can't really know for sure, but it's leaning towards maybe this is his.
Just hang it up.
Maybe this is.
If we have to debate, hang it up.
That's good. If we have to debate if he should stay in the league,
hang it up, my guy.
Or at least he should be a backup or get.
He's too big of a personality to be a backup.
Okay, if you don't want to get the
backup.
Oh
yeah. I remember him saying like he don't want to be a backup or anything.
See,
so like I remember when Michael Vick was a backup quarterback, and towards the end of his career, that was weird for me.
My thing is like, just get the check, man.
Hang it up.
He probably don't need it. But he's just like, hey,
hang it up.
My man needs to just focus on selling hats at this point.
Yeah,
that's what you should do.
Stylish with those things.
But we're gonna keep it with the NFL because, like I said, at the time of this recording, we have Tuesday night football. Philadelphia Eagles be playing the Washington football team, and my second team,
that trash.
The LA Rams will be playing. My second team, the LA Rams will be playing the Seattle Seahawks. So my question to you fellas is: should the NFL consider weeknight football? We had a Monday night doubleheader. We got a Tuesday night doubleheader. Like
no, because of the shit that's happening downtown as we speak right now.
Oh my god,
the infrastructure, the problems that it's causing right now. That could vary from city to city, but the Flyers tried to get the game moved from today for a reason. So I don't know. You'll have to look into the logistics and.
So hockey fans are football fans?
No, it's more so that there's two major games like happening right now in the downtown sports area.
Okay, so
like our complex is not that big.
I think that's just Philly. I think that's just
yeah,
y'all
that's
city
probably
planning.
just, like
That's
I said,
just y'all
it's
city
probably
planning because in
theirs.
Atlanta, there's times when like the Hawks play, the Atlanta United be playing on the same night, or the Braves play and the Hawks play or whatever.
I
It
mean, like
happens.
in
Who
New
goes
York
to see
City,
the Atlanta United? I mean,
They
they
won
won,
championships.
bro,
I
they
was
won the
about to say they
championship
did win
like a couple
on
of years
their
ago. What are you
inaugural
talking about?
And they're
season.
still good
Other than
now,
that.
so it's like they're not bad. And you have to also shout out to the Latino and Hispanic community out here in Georgia. Like they show up to those games. Like people still go watch soccer. Don't get it twisted. Like just like they're diehard over there in London, in England and in Europe, they're diehard here.
It was a culture shock for me when I learned that Latinos live in Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you think they wouldn't?
I didn't know.
I will give him that because it does sound like kind of foreign. Like it took me for a second, but
There's
I'm
a
like,
big Hispanic culture down here.
I did not know that till we had interns that was from Atlanta that came here. Shout out to Paulette. Shout out to
You wild right now.
Yeah.
You wild right now. Nah, but shout out to all the
I mean, I honestly thought it was a black city. I mean, a black
It's a cultural city because the wild thing is like up where my mom lives and where I've been around when I grew up, there's a big Korean culture. Like there's stores, there's shopping centers with
in Atlanta.
Yeah, in the metro area, yes.
Right? Even your place.
No, because when you go outside of Atlanta, there's also Metro Atlanta, which is like the ring around Atlanta, where I grew up. I didn't grow up in the city, but obviously when you start going out, start going outward, there's a big in Johns Creek. If you're from Georgia, Johns Creek, Alpharetta, Roswell. There's a big Korean Indian population out there. You know what I'm saying? So
imagine that.
There's diversity out here. It's that surprised my mom too. She's like, I didn't know those out here. So, but no, there's a big shout out to all the Latino and Hispanic culture out here in Atlanta because they show up and show out for these games. So
shout out to Paulette, shout out to Marciel, shout out to Cindy, shout out to Katia, shout out to everybody that was fan that was once part of the Tuck family. Like I can't say once part because once you're a part of the Tuck family, you're always a part of the Tuck family. But I did not know till we had them interns here. I'm like, whoa, they got Latinos in Atlanta.
You just thought it was niggas? Was that what you thought it was?
I'm gonna be honest. Yes,
I thought it was niggas and white people. Bro.
That's all I thought.
Really
was strip clubs and wings.
Wow.
I'm not going to be ashamed to say it.
So New York is just not Dominicans and black people.
No, I know there.
Yeah, we got Puerto Ricans, we got Mexicans, we got Chinese people, we got Koreans.
Yeah, because never mind.
We got Indians and Queens, man. We got everybody.
Come on, when you get Atlanta, what you think? Strip clubs,
lemon pepper wings,
lemon pepper wings, lemon pepper wings. Hey, shout out to Gucci, but
we got more. All right, so no to weeknight football.
Yeah, no. I don't really care. I don't care that much. It's cool. I think just keep it on Thursday night. I don't know why they doing all the. It was just they used to be just Thursday night, Monday night football.
And Sunday night.
Sunday night. I mean, I don't want a Tuesday football game. That's wild.
Like that. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I don't want to watch football on a Tuesday. I want to watch the Raptors or Bulls play. I'm not trying to watch football on Tuesday.
Yeah, it could get oversaturated, but hey, man, like football, like that's the Raiders movement right now in America. So, like nothing pops Raiders like a football game.
The NBA, in the past, the NBA Finals did better than.
There's a Super Bowl.
I think someone said that. I have to look at the statistics.
Super Bowl is worldwide.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl is worldwide. But I mean,
surprised people still watch it worldwide. I mean,
and another thing too, like most of the new advertising commercials premiere during the Super Bowl. They do that for a reason.
But they've been trash over the past 2 years.
Yeah, they're not iconic like they used to be.
I know, but it does not stop people from trying to purchase ads.
I'm still gonna go to a Super Bowl party. Don't get me wrong. I'm still going to a Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
So I'm going there for the food. That's it.
All right. So last question for the fourth quarter. So I guess you could say this is like the 2-minute drill to the fourth quarter. Kyrie Irving. Because I remember a while back we basically had like a friendly wager. We didn't bet anything. Where we said what would happen first? Ben Simmons would get traded or Kyrie Irving would play. for the Brooklyn Nets. Now I thought it would take until Mayor Adams, new mayor coming into the city of New York, until Kyrie Irving, gets on the floor. But he's gonna be a part-time player. He's not vaccinated still. And the Brooklyn Nets basically don't give a fuck at this point because they need bodies. Because bodies are dropping like flies. So basically, who do you feel like what sticks out the most for you in this situation? The fact that Kyrie Irving basically gets his way without having to conform, or the Brooklyn Nets basically folded under pressure after they said that Kyrie Irving would not be a part-time player.
Brooklyn say the Nets organization. I'll say the Nets. I'll just say the Nets because it's like you drew your line in the sand, and then when push came to shove, you're like, I don't care about this anymore. You can play. So
this is basically what the Brooklyn. This is basically what the Brooklyn Nets did. If anybody that's not really a sports person, even though you're not a sports person, why the hell are you watching this show?
If you watching, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, but I equate this to so that everybody, even the common person, can understand. It's basically like breaking up with your significant other, right? You're basically like, yo, I'm never gonna talk to this person again. Like, all right, like if you want to talk, or let's say you have an argument. All right, like if you want to talk to me, then like you text me or you call me first. The person that you had to call up first. The person, all right, fuck it, like, all right, cool. This is what I ain't gonna.
Now you that down bad where it's like I might just gotta call this person.
Yeah, right.
That's basically what happened here.
Basically, it is. And I mean, it's again. I think it's the Nets' fault. I think the Nets just folded. I kind of blame the Nets because you can't do much to change someone's opinion.
I also think they're trying to like save that number one spot. So I mean,
yeah,
if that's the case, if they were like maybe like 6th or 7th or further down, then I'd be like, oh, they probably just call up somebody from the G League or some shit like that.
But they're already number one though.
Yeah, exactly. So they're just trying to preserve that spot. I think until they have a semi-healthy team.
That is true.
All right. So
other than that, fuck Kyrie.
Damn.
I feel like that's the best way to leave it. so all right, fellas, that basically concludes like the 4 quarters. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like, feel free to answer these questions as well. So, like, do you feel like there's never enough football? That maybe we should have football on Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, all throughout the week? Do you feel like the Brooklyn Nets folded? We're all in agreement in that. I'm most sure that's basically obvious to see. Also, Cam Newton, do you feel like Cam Newton should hang it up? Or do you feel like we're heading towards a work stoppage in all the sports? Let us know down in the comment section down below. But fellas, we've reached that point in time. It's about time for us to plug ourselves on the way out. So let everybody know where they can find you on social media, what you're working on, all that good shit.
Keeping it brief. If you don't know, just Theodore Austin on everything: TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, everything. Working on nothing right now because I'm on break. I'm on a little break right now, but we doing Outta Bounds. I'm taking every break I can before my final semester break. Currently on break.
My man drinking mimosas, getting massages. He's living a life right now.
That's how was lit. My mom, she did her thing. It was, I was relaxed, bottomless mimosas, chocolate. I was good. So, but yeah, I'm relaxing right now. But in the future, definitely we're gonna have off the racks in the next year. We're gonna definitely, we're gonna get some more stuff out there for you. So yeah, that's really about it.
The rebrand is coming. Mr. Man in the Middle, my guy Donnie. Let him know. When the book coming out, bro?
Yeah, I'm still working on that, but I took some time off. I'm off of social media right now for the foreseeable future. You can still reach me at my number and email there. But if you're like,
they don't have your number.
If honestly, you know what? If you don't have my number or you're trying to get in contact with me, there's a reason why you don't have it. So I'll leave it there.
Thank you,
but, you heard that, Veronica?
It's not her name, but
you heard that, Keisha? You heard that, Michelle?
But yeah, if
you heard that, Madison,
if you're in the area for a play or something like that, and you happen to see me, say what's up. But yeah.
You want to catch Pocahontas with this dude and hit him up for that.
Y'all wild. Hey, Pocahontas slap me.
Right, exactly. Come on. The Colors of the Wind, that song lit.
Yeah, man. As for me, y'all already know is Liddell the Fashionista. I'm also the moderator of True Agriculture IG page. So you want to, reach out to me. You got like some collaboration efforts, interviewing like your clients, your publicist. You can reach out to me there. Other than that, man. Also, wait, one more thing. We're coming up on Christmas. So anybody here in the Christmas spirit or anything like that? Celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa?
This man said Hanukkah.
No bullshit. I went to a bar last Saturday, and the bartender, she's a beautiful lady. Shout out to Moran. She basically told me like Happy Kwanzaa at the end. I'm like,
what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Wait. Was she palm colored?
No. White? Yeah, she was white.
She was white. Yeah, that's racist. That's
racist. What do you mean by that?
You sued that.
And you took that. You stood there and took that.
What did you say? What did you say? Thank you.
Dr. Umar would not approve.
I mean, I was lit, so.
Oh,
okay. Okay, but
he got you.
Whatever you gotta say.
They hit you with that racist shit.
All right, my guy.
Wait till I got nice. Just fucking look at it.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Anyways, I'm chilling with family. That's it. I'm just chilling with my family. That's it.
I had to cancel my my plans for New Year's Eve in Times Square because COVID and shit like that. But
yeah,
we can't say the word. We gotta say COVID.
Yeah,
COVID.
Because of the the virus. COVID. We'll say that.
We're gonna edit that. We're gonna edit that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna edit
the Omarion, man, is out.
The Omarion. Hey, yeah. That's our new code word. The Omarion out here.
Watching Walmart shit.
It's stomping the yard out here. Literally. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that basically concludes episode 29 of the Outta Bounds podcast. We'll catch you guys next week for episode 30. But until then, we hope you guys have a wonderful week. We also have the Gaming Chair. We'll be streaming on Twitch live this Thursday night. Also have Tuck Talk coming back later on this weekend. So, that'll be premiering next Monday, actually.
Oh, and happy Christmas to the people that celebrate that. Y'all know who y'all are.
It's Merry Christmas, bro.
Yeah, happy Christmas.
Holidays. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah if you're a Jew.
Whoa.
You can't say
Whoa.
that.
No.
Hail Hydra.